Hello everybody, hope you're having a wonderful day, and today I need your guys' help. Down in the comments, I need your guys' opinions. I need your guys' help on anodizing colors. I have pulled 5 knives, I can't count, 7 knives out of my collection. 2 US production knives and 5 Chinese OEM knives that are on the higher end, and I'll just start going through each and every one of them. If you guys are frequent viewers of my channel, you know that I like to bring a lot of variety to this channel, not just the mundane unboxing of the latest and greatest this and that. I try not to do that because there are 30 other channels that are doing the same bullshit. It is what it is, and honestly, I'm a very picky individual, and I don't have any, trees that are full of money in my backyard. So I'm kind of picky with what I do buy, and when I do find something that I enjoy quite a bit, it stays in collection long enough, and I want to customize it. I want to put my little bit of something on it just to make it a little bit more unique. If you guys have purchased stuff from me, stuff that has been in my collection and customized, or if you guys have sent stuff, yeah, just share your opinions in the comments where you think I could go with this, different ideas, things like that. But we're gonna go ahead and start. This is a Microtech MSI, and I have Original Goat full titanium scales. So this has this beautiful gun stock pattern on here, and yeah, it's a full silver build. There's nothing super fancy about it. It's an incredible knife, but I mean, it's screaming for something. It's so plain Jane and boring. If you guys like this look, I know there are a lot of people that love the full silver kind of look. Everything is fully stone washed and ready to just go to freaking work, but I want to do something cool with this. So for the MSI, let me know what you think I should do with this color wise. And if you're not sure about colors, just look up anodizing color chart. It'll give you a spectrum of color. I've done multi-layered stuff. I have practice on splatter technique as well. The sponge technique, I'm not quite there yet. I have seen it done many times before through videos and things like that, and I haven't really quite gotten it down yet, so I'm not super confident in doing that. But splatter seems to be pretty successful. I've also masked stuff off with like painter's tape or electrical tape. That's cool too. You get pretty crispy lines as long as everything is nice and clean, so prep work is very important. The next one is going to be my Sebenza 31 large. So this beautiful beast of a knife right here, it's in need of some love and attention. I mean, it's perfect as it is. It is genuinely a perfect knife. But those studs, they gotta go. They're freaking garbage. Most people know that already. So I'll be grinding those off and getting some like tie connector style studs or something of the sort just to fit the general build. All the hardware on here is polished steel. That is an option too. I can chemically treat them to dull them out or give them a stone wash or a satin finish as well. But the main body itself is just, there's zero character to it. And I think I'd be able to do something pretty interesting, as well as the clip too. So for the Sebenza, let me know what you guys think I should do. Now, this guy right here, this is a project that I did a while back. It has been heavily used and tumbled around a little bit. It's hit the ground a couple times, but this is a Elementum button lock 1, the gravity knife variation, and I have some very old Flightanium scales on here. These scales are so damn old that it was like one of the first products that Flightanium ever put out. The holes were not like well finished, so I had to go and basically open up every single hole to fit the pivot and the body hardware and for the clip. It was a nightmare, but now that I have everything dialed in and it's essentially everything I wanted it to be, having the look, the all blacked out hardware and everything else, it's a pretty sweet freaking knife. But kind of getting tired of this polished blue. There's a little bit of like oil here, which gives it a purplish hue, but it is just a polished blue. Let me know what you guys think I should do with this. I've been practicing doing some titanium tumbling as well. I don't own a vibratory tumbler, but I just tumble stuff by hand. So I'll probably end up, you know, practicing on this thing right here. Why not? Kind of as a sacrificial piece. Next is this right here. Now, many people would say, well, what the hell do you want to do with the thing? It's basically perfect. This is the Concept Knives Loki 2, designed by super sweet dude, Stephen Dunnick. So I actually got to meet him not too long ago, and he's just a chill guy, really down to earth, really simple dude that just he just has that spark to be able to design stuff, which I think is very unique, absolutely. But this is, you know, a pretty sweet knife. But I want to change up the color of it a little bit. So I will be doing some stripping of the bronze that comes from the factory. Again, this is produced by Concept Knives. They have like this kind of really tight grained like bead blast finish on it. And I want to change it up. So when you go and you think about multi-layered anodizing, when you strip something, it kind of changes the actual texture of it. Kind of removes everything and dulls it out. You can go and blast it, but I do not own a blast cabinet, so the best I can do is just hand sanding and hand polishing. That's how I've done a lot of the finishes in the past. If you guys are familiar with my Instagram, or at least my older one, I used to do a lot of hand polished stuff, and it was definitely not anywhere near professional level, but it was definitely enough to turn heads, absolutely. So when you are to go and basically hand sand this and polish it over, the lines and the milling, basically the lower portions will be a different color than the higher portion. So I think that would be a really cool effect. So let me know what you guys think I should do with this, or should I just leave it alone? This one already has a plan for a incredible subscriber, a longtime subscriber of mine, and a really cool individual as well on Instagram, Knife Nut. Now I say Knife Nut in general because I think the guy has like 4 or 5 different accounts, but he has an insane collection. Absolutely, just beautiful, beautiful stuff. And he made a post about this exact model, the Kanu Knives Compadre. This is the smaller one if you guys are not familiar, but Kanu Knives has a larger one, and then they came out with this little guy, and I have absolutely fallen in love with this thing because of how much character is packed into a relatively compact knife, but it does feel large in hand, which is cool. So, but he suggested to go bronze, so I'm gonna go bronze, not like this dull kind of bronze. It'll be a little bit lighter than this, and I'll do some light polishing on the surface. This is fully diamond textured, so the peaks and the harder edges will stand out a little bit more and just be a little bit more gold looking. I think that'd be a pretty cool thing. Second to last, my Chavez Scapegoat. This is the Rayot produced one, the overseas production model. Wonderful, wonderful, beefy freaking knife right here. And there's just giant hunks of tie that are calling attention, absolutely. You have a backspacer piece too that could be textured. The skull clip, you know, you can get a lot of character out of that with some coloring, and as well as the scales. So when you go and, you know, sand things off and texture it or tumble it or do something like that, it already has a light stone washing tumbling from the factory, but it's nothing too significant. I would definitely want to finish it off myself, and then I'm probably gonna go ahead and do a really heavy dark acid stone wash on the blade, on all the hardware, and probably the studs. I think the studs might be titanium, but I'm gonna try to give them the same finish. If I can't give them the same finish, I would like at least the studs to match the clip. So, because I'm pretty sure all the body hardware is steel, so if you flame them, there's only, you know, there's a much shorter range of color you can get out of it. And definitely last but not least, this is something that's gonna see a lot of modifications to make it what I would consider the perfect knife for me. It has already something in it that makes it vastly better than how it was when I got it. I put Skiff thick washers in here, and it just changes the general feel overall. It is still super smooth, but absolutely fidgety, and it's definitely butter. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a large sharpening choil there because this design absolutely needs it. Sharpening choils are definitely a thing that divides the community. Absolutely, people care about it, people don't care about it. I am definitely on the side of the fence of I need it. I absolutely need it. I want it. It doesn't bug me visually speaking. It's just something that I absolutely enjoy when designers actually think about that kind of stuff for the end user, the consumer, you and I. So, but all the hardware on here, including the clip and the studs, they're all black, either PVD or a DLC. It's kind of powdery, chalky looking, but the, also the backspacer as well is black. So the scales definitely need some color and some character. And the blade itself, it could be left alone, but I think it would be fun to do also a very dark acid stone wash into this. That is really the only kind of finish I know how to do because I don't have a blasting cabinet, but that is something that I would definitely like to look into, at least maybe towards the end of this year. I know this year just started, but those things are expensive. They really are. I'd have to sell shit, like almost my whole collection, just to be able to to be able to afford a setup to properly be able to like blast stuff and get the finishes that I would want. And of course, I need sacrificial pieces to practice on before I offer it in the custom shop and stuff like that, and to whoever is interested in stuff like that. But yeah, so if you guys have any kind of color suggestions, I'm stumbling over my words here. If you guys have any color suggestions for this and anything else. So again, Microtech MSI, Chris Reeve, Sebenza Large, the Scapegoat Chavez, Elementum button lock, Theory, the Loki, and then the Compadre already has one. So this will probably be the one you guys see the soonest, since it already has a plan set for it. But that's it. Whatever you guys want to suggest in the comment section, I want to interact with anybody that I possibly can. So that's it. Leave your comments down below, suggestions, colors, and think about like multi-layered, and just really look at that anodizing chart and see what color combinations could be achieved. If you anodize one color and then lightly polish over it and then anodize it at a lower voltage, you can get a 2-layered effect to where in one angle you're looking at it and you see the main color underneath, but in the light at a different angle as it reflects, you get the sheen of the lower voltage color. So that's something to think about as well. Leave your suggestions down below. If you like this video, go ahead and leave a like down below. If you are subscribed, thank you so much. I appreciate all your support and your patience, of course. If you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing, so I put more videos and content coming you guys this way. And with that being said, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.